our high school students, career pathway students, come on up, because one of the themes of today's breakfast is really about this idea of college and career readiness and sort of lifelong learning. And these students had an incredible experience this spring. They get to spend one semester in a course, Mondays and Tuesdays, where they get to talk about what it's going to be like to be working in an office or working in a career of their choosing. And on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they go and spend several hours a day at their externships. So each of them, I'm going to have them each introduce themselves, what career pathway they're in, and what business they've been going to, for starters. William?
Good morning. My name is William Malu. I'm in the engineering pathway, and I currently intern at the MITRE Corporation.
Very loud, but that's okay.
Actually, I don't think I need the microphone. You can hold on to this later. My name is Benjamin Sapp. I am a senior. I'm interning at NL Green Power North America, and I'm also in the engineering pathway.
I'm Nate Polgreen. I'm in the engineering pathway, and I'm interning at National Parks.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Nageth, and I'm currently interning at Willow Manor, and I am in the health and bioscience pathway.
Hi, I'm Veronica Marrero, and I am also in the health and bioscience pathway. I'm a senior, and I intern with the athletic trainers here at our school.
Hi, my name is Karen D, and I'm also in the health and bioscience pathway, and I also intern with the trainers here at Lowell High School.
So, William, we're going to start with you. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about what was the nature of your externship experience.
Well, it's definitely a professional environment to start. You go there, we have to check in, my partner and I check in, and it's a government company, so they need to make sure we're actually who we say we are. So then my site supervisor, they come down, they meet us, and it's very, very laid back, actually. We go straight to work. We see what we need to do. They help us with the projects that we have to do for the internship part of the class, and then we end up going to our project. So basically, it's pretty much just like going to work. I commute, don't like the traffic, but but the actual internship experience is great because I do feel as though I'm actually gaining knowledge that no one else could, because it's actually going out into the field and gaining these things that no one else can.
Thanks, William. And Benjamin, tell us a little bit about your initial expectations. What did you think it was going to be like?
Initially, I was a little overwhelmed, a little bit over the top, because I actually had stalked my site supervisor on LinkedIn, and I saw, I saw that he had a lot of credentials. Not only did he graduate cum laude from Brown University with an MBA, I saw that he also went to Phillips Academy, and I was a little overenthusiastic about that. So when I first went into the interview, I really shook his hand. And actually, I congratulated him on the spot. I was like, wow, you went to Brown University. I really want to achieve as much as you. And he thanked me for that. And he also saw that I had potential in me, though I didn't really perform well in high school per se. And he encouraged me to do better. And he is basically my site mentor and not only my site supervisor. And he's encouraged me pretty much up to now. And I would say that we're almost close friends now. In terms of the actual work ethics and community, I work with a bunch of engineers, mostly with 9, 15, or 12 years of experience underneath their belts, and some of them also graduated from the top universities of the United States, some even going to Cornell, some even going to Stanford. And just their variety of knowledge invested in me while I'm here as a high school senior, and I have no clue what I'm doing after high school. And it's very professional, as William said, very professional environment. They really want to help you at this internship, or externship as we call it. And I just want to thank everyone and appreciate Lowell for being able to grant me this opportunity to intern at this great company.
So at the national parks, what we do is we design curriculum for their summer camp, usually based around engineering, obviously since it's an engineering internship. And it usually has something to do with the mills and how the mills were designed. And so basically our day-to-day operations is we come up with, design, and test a bunch of different activities. And we just do that and get a whole bunch of them and pick the ones we like, and then we can implement them in the activities in the summer camp during the summer. And I mean, that's fun, but like my favorite part of it is we get to go on little field trips around downtown Lowell and check out a bunch of spots around the mills that a lot of people don't usually get to see. Like we've gone on a lot of the gatehouses and checked out how all the machinery there works, and the people there know a lot about the history and the engineering of it too. So you get to learn a lot about how the mills were engineered, which is really cool.
I know most people would probably wonder what would be interesting about a nursing home. I mean, you have Wednesdays where you do bingo, Thursdays we play cards, Fridays we color. There's a lot of things that we do repetitively, but I think the most interesting thing about it is it's not just the task itself that we're doing. We're actually analyzing the psychodynamics of the people who are participating in the task. So in order to understand the residents more, we try to get an understanding of how they think. So thinking and feelings and how they respond is all what we analyze and make sure that we can accommodate to how they feel that they should be treated. Because in the future, I know I want to be a doctor, but in order to become a doctor, I want to make sure that my patients are both happy and healthy, because that's just, what my job is. But I think the most interesting thing the whole entire time was probably bingo. I was told I have a great voice for bingo, and that's how they recognize me every single time I come there. They're like, "Hey, it's the bingo girl. She's gonna call out. You gotta call out my numbers today, all right?" I'm like, "All right, you got me there, okay?" But that's actually what I'm gonna do today. It's Wednesday, yeah. So I'm pretty excited, but Oh yeah, oh, definitely. But I'm thankful to have such an opportunity, and I hope I continue to learn more of these things. So.
Veronica, what did you learn about yourself? So I've actually been interning with the trainers for a little over than what our school offers, because I also want to be a doctor. So I do sports, so I was already introduced to the athletic trainers very soon because, athletes do get hurt. So I started my junior year. So there's this big event in the winter where the wrestlers come to Songus, and it's over 26 schools across New England that come to this big meet for wrestlers. And it was kind of my first real hands-on experience with people where I didn't have to just put ice on them or maybe wrap their arm. It was something that I was actually I was having to plug up bloody noses. Sorry to get a little graphic, but it was very hands-on. And I think one of the biggest things I learned was you have to be able to always keep a positive attitude no matter who you're dealing with, because there's going to be times where I was out on the mat and I was in the middle of a meet and some kid gets a bloody nose and I was like, well, you have to come off the sidelines, and he's in his mode. He's like, I don't want to be here. I'm like, well, I got to get you clean because I'm not going to have you get blood all over the mat, because that's not what we're going to do today. So I think even though he was so mad, and I was like, you know what, I tried calming him down, and I'm like, well, I need to plug this up because you're not going to be able to wrestle. So I feel like you having to keep that positive attitude no matter what attitude you're receiving, especially in the medical field, is something that you have to grasp early on. And I think I have already done that, because I said, have a great match, honey. And he kind of looked back at me and he was like, because I don't think he was expecting me to say that. So I think keeping that positive attitude and always having that good kind of just vibe about you, especially with your patients, is going to take you a long way. And I think I've already learned that with this wonderful experience that I have today. So yeah.
So interning with the athletic trainers, I get to see like a bunch of athletes like in and out of like the office, or like when me and my partner, we intern at basketball games or like soon to be lacrosse games, we see like so many athletes being injured. So we see how he handles them, like she said, like they're always in a bad mood because they just want to go out and play, or they just want to like go home or whatever. And we see how he handles like the good people skills. And like I also want to become a doctor, and I want to become a pediatrician also. So it's like he's also dealing with teenagers, and like obviously teenagers have the worst attitudes. So it's like you have to deal with them like in their way, because you don't want them to be in a worse mood. So it's like a real life stimulation, as you can like say, because sorry, I'm really nervous. So it's like I get to see like firsthand how he would wrap an arm or wrap a leg or like fix a cramp. And also I'm gonna be running at Regis College next year. So he teaches me like how to prevent injuries, or like if I do get an injury, how to fix it. So I feel like being with the athletic trainers helps me excel in both my future career and my running career next year.
I'm also going to be running in college next year. I'm going to Merrimack College.
I'm going to major in the health sciences and hopefully UMass Boston.
I'm planning on attending UMass Lowell for plastics engineering next year.
I'm actually planning on going to aerospace engineering at University of Buffalo.
And I actually just accepted my admission this morning to UMass Lowell for mechanical engineering.
Well, you're all sort of inspiring each of us, I think, this morning with your stories. And this spring, there's over 39 students who will complete externships from local and regional companies. So we really invite any of you who have a company locally to reach out and host an externship next spring. The students get so much out of it, as you can tell. And I think if you speak to anyone in this room who's hosted them, I know Stacy from Watermark is here, and she had a lot of great things to say about her externship students.